Oh, hello, Deep North. How's it going? Hobo Rob. Looks like that's the first two people in here. Thanks for being here, guys. Still kind of getting things set up a little bit. Hope your guys' morning's going good. Today we got some Gold Nugget Sales going on. Hey, Kristen, how are you? I'm doing good, Deep North. We got a little rain come through for the last day and a half. We're going to do a Gold Nugget Sales, Best of California. It's been a while since I purchased this one, but I do remember paying extra for this bag because it should be a gram in here, plus a half-gram nugget added, if I remember correctly. Might be a half-gram of gold with a 1-gram nugget added, but yeah, I can't remember exactly. It was a few months ago. And then I'm gonna do the leaf gold, and we'll start out with the leaf gold. Should be a gram in here. Ooh. And give me a second, guys. I gotta go out and grab my tablet. I forgot to bring that in. Put this a spinning. All right, I'm back. Turn the volume down. Yogi Bear, how's it going? Looking for my live stream on my tablet. David Danduran, how are you doing this morning? There we go, I found it. So we got King's Gold, New York. Joseph, how's it going this morning? Stephen Stark, how are you doing this morning? Yeah, Joseph, this isn't a gold room. This is actually the shop at work. And it is a giant shop at work. This is where we keep all of our extras, all of our tool inventory, that sort of thing. It's not something I own. Living in a minivan, my boss allows me to do this here at the shop. Otherwise, I'd be standing at the back of my minivan doing it. But with cold weather, that's no fun. And on top of that, it's raining today, so that would not be any fun either. And I guess guess I need to go over to the all messages on the tablet. Everybody's saying hi to MMP. That would be Modern Michigan Prospecting. Or Prospector. There we go, Prospector. Like I said, hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. For those football fans out there, enjoy the Super Bowl this afternoon. I'm not a watcher of sports, so I won't be watching the Super Bowl. Just don't watch much sports at all. Ooh, and I see a little piece of gold right on top. It was a little piece. It disappeared as soon as I touched it. So there's our material for the moment. Ooh, and I poured that in backwards. I like the pan out of the black one. That's okay, because it works. Rinse the bag out. That'd be one hell of a picker, Joseph, if I had to use a forklift. Be a hell of a nugget if I had to use a forklift. And I probably wouldn't have a job if I was getting nuggets that big. But yes, I'm rather thankful to work for allowing me to do this. Looks to be some pretty fine material with a few pebbles added. It's pretty dirty, so I'll use my little bucket to dump out some of the dirty water. I had a pretty good week at work. We had decent temperatures for the most part. Slowly and steadily getting warmer. That's nice. Gotta love that. It's nice to get out of the long johns and the pants together and stop wearing 5-6 layers up top. Thermal socks. Very, very nice. Still waiting to see if we get some snow around here. It's quite possible that February could come in and smack us upside the head with a bunch of snow. Wouldn't be the first time. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Happy Sunday to you. Very nice, David. Some nice Florida weather that isn't frosting up your windows. Gotta love it when Florida has normal weather. We were talking the other day that it was actually colder in Florida, parts of Florida, than it was in Alaska. And that was just something else somebody noticed at work, nothing that I saw myself. I'm doing good, Patricia. Miss Jinxie 2's doing good. She's not too happy she didn't get to go out and play last night because it was raining. But that's okay. It's the first time in a long time that she hasn't been able to go out and play. Hopefully the rain quits sometime this afternoon so she can go out today. Alright, that first little scoop went quick. Yeah, it's not really cold, Hobo Rob. I didn't actually look, but I would say it's in the 40s. Let me make that small for a second. And I don't have the weather thing on my tablet. Yeah, I'd say it's mid 40s. Feels a little cooler because of the rain. Hello, Ed. Flash in your pan. How's it going? I'm going to make you a standard moderator. There you go. Joseph's got some cold weather in New York. Of course, it's New York. Oh, screwed that up. Just wash them nice little flat flakes all the way down. I don't have to watch the flatter flakes want to move quite a bit. And there we go. There's our first little showing from the Gold Nugget Sales Leaf Gold pay dirt bag. See how close I can bring that in. Like I said, it's been a while since I bought both these bags, so not quite sure how much gold is in there. Won't be less than a half gram and should be a gram bag. I try not to buy half gram bags from GNS. Always seems to be a little more fun when there's a full gram. Patricia, you are now a standard moderator. Same with Kristen. You two are smurfed up. Welcome to the Blue Club. Yeah, Kristen. Kristen's going to Rose Nose Monkey Fest. Very cool. I want to go, but I probably won't be able to. You're welcome, Patricia. The gold community likes to have everybody in blue, that's for sure. And being a standard moderator, everybody can tap on anybody's channel and go right to it and check it out. And still not ban people or affect anything in that nature on the channel. Yeah, Rob, as soon as the weather warms up just a little bit more, I'm coming over. I'm definitely ready for a meetup, and I'm a little sad I missed your birthday. Had it not been on a Sunday, I may have done it. But yeah, I'm ready to come hit the creek with you. Couldn't think of a better way to find my first wild gold, that's for sure. I see gold in the pan already. It would be nice to meet Kristen too. And there we have it. Pan number 2. A little bit more gold. Patricia, it hasn't been too cold. I just haven't gone out and done it. I still haven't bought my fishing license for the year. It's kind of been a thing I put on the back burner. I do plan on doing it soon. I definitely miss it, and I'm ready. I am definitely ready for some fishing. A solid handshake. A hugger and a shaker, that's good to know. This material is pretty easy to pan so far, not a whole lot for black sands. Hey Jared at Fam Studios, good morning, how are you? No, Ed, this should be some decent leaf gold. They'll be nice little pieces, and there shouldn't be much for flour at all. It's kind of, the theme of the Gold Nugget Sales leaf gold pay dirt. So far, I haven't seen anything smaller than the flakes. If it is any smaller than that, I can't see it. So, should all be decent pieces. Aqua Donkey, how's it going, buddy? I went looking to see if you were going to be live today. I didn't see it, so let me know if you are, so I can put you on. Appreciate everybody being here. Always nice to see some gold. $12.45 Eastern for Aqua Donkey. Tomorrow I get to work at one of our projects that pays prevailing wage. Prevailing wage for a laborer is pretty good. Very cool. I always like that little boost in the paycheck. All right, there we go. Next little bit of gold. With the way the flakes are looking in the pan, they're definitely going to be a 1 gram bag. All right, Jared, see you in a little bit. Appreciate everybody hitting the like button for me. Yogi Bear, you've been added as a standard moderator. Welcome to the blue. Oh, and Yogi, very nice videos on the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show. Your shorts, I've seen a few of them. Very cool. That's one of those things I want to do eventually, but definitely wasn't going to be this year. My attempt last year was a major fail. Yeah, all that pretty rocks and gems all in the same place. Be amazing to go see. There we go. There's the next showing. Very nice little flat wire there. That's pretty cool looking. Slightly bent L. Joseph, rockin' wheelers. I have not seen you in a long time, my friend. I hope everything is well with you and Rosie. It has been a very long time. I don't think I see you on Kyle's much anymore either. So definitely, I hope your guys' health is holding in there. Thank you for coming in. I spent yesterday going through last week's material for the second time. Digging it back, Charlie. Hello. Lurking from work. That's nice, Charlie, that you can participate in a live stream while at work. I find that pretty cool. Yeah, I went back through the GP and Mama Bird bags that I did last week, and all I could find was some rather small micros and only a few of them. So I did pretty good. I don't know that I'd find more if I ran it through any kind of sluice system. Yeah, I probably found like 4 or 5, maybe 6 micros. Smallest of the small. So that made me feel pretty good. Charlie, yet another good live with Rob. It's good to see Bill in there too. Just got a notice for Backyard Prospector. He's going, got a premiere going in 30 minutes. I like watching Backyard Prospector when I have the opportunity to do it. Can't believe I won on Rob and Charlie's this morning. Very cool, and I actually won while I was there. That's strange. I always seem to win in places right after I leave, or if I just haven't made it there yet. Which I find humorous. Same thing happened last Tuesday at Miller Prospecting's channel. I forgot about the very last thing that he was doing, so I hopped over to B&B, and thankfully someone came and told me to go back to Miller because I had one on the very last spin the wheel, which was very cool. That'll be coming with my Patreon bag on Monday, along with my gold dime that never got sent. That means here soon we'll be doing a Miller Prospecting Pay Dirt panning session, because that'll be the last bag I get till I sign back up for his Patreon. Had to take a break from that. I have 5 or 6 of his bags, all of them Patreon except one. I won a Tuesday tailings, I believe. Nice, Ed. You got a signed pan from Dylan? Heck yeah. I've got the 3 pans that you see here. That's it. That's my whole collection. Other than a kitchen strainer, I don't have any kind of classifiers. I just won the super tiny sluice. It's about like, like that big, from GP and Mama Bird. And then I've got a cleanup buddy that I won last year from Otterman on GP and Mama Birds, and I haven't found the right tub to set that in yet. I almost bought one yesterday at Walmart. It's about the right depth, and it's about time that I start using it. I've been wanting to for quite a while. I procrastinate sometimes. Is JP here? I didn't see him pop in if he is. Well, I'm glad you're doing better, Joseph, and good luck when you do go back out prospecting. I'm sure not being able to do it last year that you miss it. Oh, nice, Ed. You got the switchback. That switchback has become popular quite quickly. Hey, GP or JP, how's it going? JP has a Freedom Fest pan. Very nice. I would assume that's signed too, correct, JP? Signed by everybody that was at Freedom Fest. Oh yeah, this flat gold is moving quite quickly. It don't like to stay put at the top of the pan. Gotta work them black sands back nice and slow. And there we go. There's the next showing of gold, leaf gold. For anybody that hasn't heard, pay dirt bag from Gold Nugget Sales, Leaf Gold Edition. Everything's been small, tiny, flat flakes so far. Hey JP, how much did it lose? Did it lose a lot or did it capture it all? Or, and if you don't mind sharing, was it on your channel or was it someone else's channel that you were watching that on? And of course, everything loses some gold, that's for sure. All right, Yogi Bear, look forward to another short or two. Have a good afternoon and have fun. More than you would like. Vendetta used his at the bar last night. Ah, yes, I fell asleep early. I did not get to be at the bar last night. Alcohol took a hold of me and I went out early. Very early. Which kind of sucked. Got to the point where I couldn't keep my eyes open and it was time to eat. Yeah, it kind of sucks that the switchback would lose a large amount of gold. And did you guys see the weigh-in for Midwest Gold Fever? He put up a short showing how much gold he lost for yesterday's paydirts, or last year's paydirts that he panned and sluiced. I think it was 1.6 something. Very nice, Patricia. You'll enjoy the mama bird bag. And if you haven't panned before, make sure that you shake the pan back and forth. That'll allow all the gold and black sand to drop to the bottom. That's called stratifying. And then slowly just wash off the front edges. Get any of the larger pebbles out of the way so they don't knock your gold out of the pan. Take it with. You can also take your kitchen strainer and use it as a classifier. Dump all your material into that first and sift out all the bigger chunks of rock, like stuff like this that happens to be in there, and only end up with the smaller materials, and that'll make panning a little bit easier. Yeah, Tom admitted that he was new to gold panning, and that's probably why he lost so much. A couple decent sized pickers that came through, and I would imagine he lost the bigger pickers when running a sluice, not while panning. Unless you just really weren't paying attention while panning. Just got a notification that Bent Fork is live. He goes live on the creek all the time. It's like his full-time job there. Yeah, when you classify your material, Patricia, you don't have to pick the rocks out of your pan like I'm doing. But for someone who's new to it, I would recommend the classifying it first through your kitchen strainer. Or if you end up buying the 1/8 inch classifier from the prospector's store, that would work too. I'd go with a kitchen strainer because more than likely you already have one and you wouldn't have to spend the extra money. And it does work just as good as an 1/8 inch classifier, maybe a little better. Here's another tip: when you tap the pan up at the top, it makes all the gold walk up to the top of the pan and keep it there for the most part, unless you're a little aggressive with your panning. That'll help when you go to separate any black sands. And once you give that a shot, you'll see what exactly I mean. It'll walk all the heaviest, any lead, any black sands, and the gold being the heaviest in the pan. It'll walk it all up to the top. I'll try to give you a demonstration of that here in a second. Get most of these black sands out. Alright, now see how the gold is sitting right there? Add a little bit of water up there and tap, and you won't be able to see that because of the glare, but all that gold is walking right back up to the top, just like that. Pretty much everybody in here knows that, but little things like that will help your panning process along. Teo, how's it going? Boot, how are you doing today? Opal Guy, how are you? Welcome in, guys. Thanks for being here. Very much appreciated. And there we go, the next little bit of gold. Yeah, that's for sure, Rob. It seems like the mats that you use are more of a personal preference, and also dependent on the size of the gold you're looking to capture. Each one has their purpose. They're not necessarily better than any of the others. They are just specific to what you're looking to capture. All about personal preference. Opal G, did Kyle decide to go live today? He wasn't sure yesterday if he was going to, and I wasn't at Amy's live, so did he announce he's going live today? I don't see why he wouldn't go live today. I mean, there's enough of us that don't watch football, and it's not like the Super Bowl's on all that early. He could go live for a few hours and get some sales going on. Oh, and another tip, Patricia, is panning it into a tub. It doesn't have to be a pan like this. It can just be any kind of bowl that fits the pan you're going to use. And always go through it 2-3 times if you're sure. If you're not sure, if you missed anything. I always go through twice, no matter what. And depending on the second round of panning will determine if I go through it for a third time. And so far, I've never felt the need to go through a material the third time. I do a certain speed while on the live, and I go much slower when I go through the second time just to make sure. Never any hurry. Especially when doing it in the comfort of your own home with your coffee or your drink. Mr. Ryan Wishala, how are you doing? You are now a standard moderator. Welcome to the Blue Crew. Thanks for being here, my friend. Woo! And sheep's wool for your sluice there, Ed. Gonna use sheep's wool like miner's moss. Yeah, Ryan, I don't think anybody can be banned here by anybody. Everybody's standard moderators. You have to be a managing mod to be able to ban anybody. And there we go. Next little bit of gold. Good morning, Brenda Bloom. How are you today? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead and get all that last little bit. Dump that in here. Joseph, I've been panning gold since last year, but I only did one bag last year, and then over the last year I've acquired multiple other bags. I've been doing these Sunday lives for, I believe this is the 4th week in a row. I've put a pan in a river just once, and the goal is to do a lot more of that this summer. Other than that, it's all come out of pay dirt bags like these, Joseph. These ones were purchased from Gold Nugget Sales. You can find him on goldnuggetsales.com. He's also on Whatnot as Goldsal, and his YouTube channel is the Gold Blog, and his name is Mike. Well respected and trusted gold pay dirt dealer. Does a pretty good pay dirt channel, and he sells some awesome gold on Whatnot. He pretty much does his Whatnot channel on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and then he does do some morning shows. His sister does some shows. He'll have his sister do it when he's working as an airline pilot. All right, Ed, have a good day. We'll see you somewhere along the way. This will be a bit shorter of a live today. This material's moving a lot faster than others. Because here we are, we've been live for an hour, so it took an hour to do the first bag. Not too bad. And I'm not going to worry about keeping these two bags of pay dirt gold separate. I'm just going to put them all in one snuffer bottle. There should be a big difference, one being all leaf gold and then the other one being California gold, but that's okay. And there we go. There is the last little bit of gold from the leaf gold pay dirt. Well, thank you, Joseph. Much appreciated. I got hooked on watching gold channels a long time ago. At least 10 years ago, and I never thought about buying gold pay dirts or anything like that. I was just a viewer for a very long time. Always wanted to make the attempt, just never did. But with a few more of the better channels that I watch now, more of the locals, it kind of gave me a whole new inspiration to start buying. I won several gold pay dirt bags along the way over this last year, and that was rather exciting, even though it took me a long time to start panning them out. And yes, I mean, the gold fever took a while, but I would say that I have it. All right, on to the best of the California pay dirt. Should be well over a gram here. And here's the material. Add some more water. Let's see if there was anything in the bottom of the bag. That would be a no. Joseph, So this bag here, that should have been 1 gram. An ounce of gold would be way more than what we just saw. And there are 31 grams in a troy ounce. So we would have seen 31 more times than what I just put into this little snuffer bottle. This one will be, it should be 1.5 grams. Should be. Yeah, I can't actually afford to buy an ounce of gold pay dirt. It'd be right near the $5,000 mark for an ounce versus the 120, 130 that I paid for these bags. Yeah, Joseph, you rinse the bags just because small gold might get stuck in the little crevices of the bag. Definitely don't want to miss any gold. And this dirt is extremely dirty. Yeah, there absolutely were, Joseph. 4 weeks ago, I did a 4.2 gram bag. The following week, I did a 3 gram bag. The following week after that, I did a 3 gram bag. Last week, I did 4 1/4 gram bags. And if you contact certain pay dirt sellers, they are willing to do custom bags for as much as you're willing to pay. Some of them do. A lot of them just stick to the simple 1/4 gram and 1/2 gram, 1 gram bags. Vendetta Prospecting, I've heard, will do custom bags if you want them. I bought the 3 gram bag from Vendetta, and there was an option to add gold in as much as you were willing to pay for. I believe Gold Nugget Sales will do the larger bags too if you want them. But it's more about knowing your seller and contacting them to purchase larger bags. The 4.2 gram bag that I purchased was a pretty big price tag. That was $550 a month and a half ago. Normally something I couldn't buy, but a little Christmas bonus from work allowed me to do that a little more comfortably. The 3 gram bags I purchased 4 or 5 months ago, so those were only $300 a piece. Gold was a little bit cheaper back then. All right, Rob, enjoy your walk. Give me a dog some good scratchings. I'm gonna have to take a break myself. I have got to use the bathroom. So bear with me, guys. I'll wash this back, give you a little showing, and then I will have to run to the bathroom. It will be quiet for a minute. I'll give the pan a little spinny thing going on. Here's the gold. And I will be back. Alrighty, I'm back. That was a coffee kicked in kind of an emergency right there. Woo! See if I missed anything. Ooh, that was this is my Super Bowl. Oh, all right, we'll show that again. So since I'm not a watcher of sports, who knows who's in the Super Bowl this year? Because I really don't. I think somebody said go Seahawks, so I would imagine the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. Yeah, this material is extremely dirty. Got some of that California moon dust in there, as I would call it. Extremely fine particle dust. Kind of the same thing, high desert dust that we've got here in Central Oregon. Kind of dust that you take a step down and it just billows out from underneath your shoes. That's funny, Joseph. Laps. Oh, too funny. Yeah, those sports stopped being interesting back in it was right after the Bulls did their second three-peat. After that, over the last 25, 30 years, I've watched more golf than anything. Second would be NASCAR, neither of which do I watch very much. The last time I watched baseball was a vacation last year when I went to go see the Dodgers with my brother down in Southern California because he is a Dodgers fan and his friend has season tickets, and so we got to use his season tickets to see that. It was my first and only major league game at a major league stadium. And even though I don't watch much football, I would love to go see the Bears play in Chicago at the stadium. That would be kind of cool. More about the atmosphere for me than the game. Oh, I would definitely love to go to a NASCAR, see that live. That would be fun, Patricia. North Carolina NASCAR country. I drove through North Carolina last year. And there we go, next little bit of gold. This best of California gold's proven to be pretty small so far. North Carolina's got some decent gold too, Patricia. Yeah, usually when I watch NASCAR on TV, it is nap TV. I'll get to see the start of the race, I'll take a nap, and wake up to see the end of the race, possibly. Same way with golf. I'll watch a few holes, take a nap, catch a few holes towards the end. At least if I'm watching that kind of thing by myself. You know, if you're in a crowd of people or in a little NASCAR party or some kind of situation like that, then no problem. I'll be able to stay awake. But if I'm just chilling, relaxing, I'm going to definitely take advantage of nap TV. Yeah, Joseph, being in the pits would be pretty cool for NASCAR. And also the sound of all those engines flying around the racetrack. Always like the sound of a good, powerful engine. For anybody who knows who Silver Paws is, he is either live right now or going live soon. Hello, Annie. How are you doing? Welcome in and thank you for stopping by. I was just mentioning that Silver Paws is either live or going live soon. Other than that, I don't know of anybody right off the bat that's going live today, besides Aqua Donkey. He'll be going live soon. Or is live right now. That's what was making all the noise. I think we found our half-gram nuggie. The added bonus to this bag that I paid a lot for. I paid 185 bucks for a 1 gram bag for the added bonus of there being this half-gram nug in here. And I did that on Whatnot, Goldsal Live on Whatnot. It was a last second bonus add to this. Put that on the fingertip and give you guys a look. Mr. Chubby Hubby, how's it going, buddy? Welcome in. Thanks for being here, stopping by. We just found our little picker slash nugget. A pretty flat piece. Decent surface area though. And Mr. Chubby Hubby, you are now a standard moderator. I'm going to dry this off on a paper towel. Break out the scale real quick so we can get a look-see on what that weighs. Before we move on. Alright, grab the camera up here. Turn the view around. And here we are. Give it a drop in a couple of metal pans. Nice little ting ting on that pan. And then we'll go with the little metal gold pan. Ooh, that's a high-pitched ting there. Hopefully you guys can hear that. The scale is teared out. We'll tear it again. Let's see what we got. 0.62. Very nice. A little bit over a half-gram nugget. Right on. I like how that looks. Very nice. And we'll go with another little drop in this pan, just because it sounds so good. We'll bring it in real close. Well, I'm not sure the gold spot price right now, Patricia. If gold spot price is still $160, then that is over $80 worth of gold in that tiny little piece. Probably closer to 90, I would say, at 0.62. I'm going to drop that in the snuffer bottle. Oh, Patricia, this is one of the other things you'll need if you want to do some gold panning. This is how you remove the gold out of the pan. I'm sure you've been watching, but it's called a snuffer bottle. This one is the Garrett Gold Guzzler, so whatever your local store has for you, they will guide you in the right place, but the snuffer bottle is an extremely handy tool. That's how you get all that little small gold out of your pan. Yeah, if anybody would look it up, Mr. Chubby did. So yeah, spot price today, $159.63. So yeah, 0.50 would be a half gram. That would make it $80 roughly. And then you add another 0.1, so safe to call it $90 worth of gold in that 0.62. And while we're on that topic, for each one of these bags, this California one will be worth a little bit more now. But that leaf gold right here, if it has 1 gram in there, it's $159 worth of gold in that little bag. So Patricia, what size bag did you get for Mama Bird? Is it a 1/4 gram, maybe a 1/2 grammer? And also, when you see me doing this, Patricia, I'm slowly washing back all the black sands that are left over, being careful to watch for when the gold shows up at the top of the pan. Some black sands you can wash a little faster. Sometimes the gold will move. That's when the tap to the top like that comes in effect. And then, yeah, slowly washing it back. And at this point in the panning, with each little pan that you do, it'll be easier and easier to see the gold and understand how it moves as you pan more and more. And just a tiny little bit of gold there. We haven't done very much of the material yet, but makes me wonder about getting a full gram out of it. And then, yep, snuffer it up. Gotcha, Patricia. Chris with a K, welcome in. Thanks for stopping on in. I don't remember where he said the best of the California gold came from. You may be correct, but yeah, I don't remember. I bought this bag 4 or 5 months ago at least, but this is the bag that come from Gold Nugget Sales. And there, of course, he doesn't write down the weights of each bag on there, which I really wish he would do. I mean, it doesn't take but a second to add a 1 gram label, 1/2 gram label. Of course, he sells a lot of gold pay dirt, so that's probably why. But if I could get Mike to do something a little different, yeah, I would put down how much gold is supposed to be in each bag. And on his Whatnot channel, I definitely go back to labeling every single container that he sells. I really like knowing having a label on Goldsal's gold, that it came from Alaska or it come from Papua New Guinea or the Lucky Mine or whatever that one is, the Lost Mine. And I fully understand why. He's got a day job, and when you're selling almost 100 pieces a night, 3, 5, 6 times a week, it's hard to label everything. A lot of added work there, but just a level of comfortability when you're selling something with small amounts and with such value. You know, just a little bit of gold in the pan holds a lot of value these days. Yeah, it's not hard to put them on a shelf or put them away for a little bit and forget. How's Nancy doing, Chris? Oh, you won that recently, didn't you, Patricia? That's cool. Yeah, that was just a few days ago or a week ago, maybe. Remember, I'm asking if you want just the gold in a vial or if you want medium, easy, expert. Congratulations, by the way. I happen to not remember what those weights were anyway. I was still driving while that live was going on, and I think I missed some of it. It might have been the one where they started at 3 o'clock versus the 3:30 that they go when, you know, it's my time. Ah, Nancy is driving. Drive safe, Nancy. Ooh, look at that, Patricia. Check out Annie's comment. She's wanting to give you a gold panning kit. Very nice, Nancy. In North Carolina. That'd be probably a pretty decent drive, huh, Patricia? Yeah, that would be a drive. I've been hoping to win a panning kit along the way somewhere, but I just haven't had the luck. I've won other cool items, but I've been hoping for like a Garrett panning kit with the quarter and the eighth inch bucket classifiers and a couple pans and the snuffer bottle. But I have not had such luck. So far, I mean, I like the gold that I'm seeing, and all gold is pretty good, but the extremely small size of it. I was expecting a little better being a California gold, a little bit more size to it. I don't know if that little piece that keeps wanting to move is gold. It kind of looks like gold. And there we go. There's the next little bit. A few more pieces in the pan. Headed to the snuffer bottle. back to the tips, Patricia. Here is another item that you will want to have is some jet dry. This actually breaks the surface tension of the water and will extremely small flour gold will float on the surface of the water and you will lose it. But when adding the jet dry to it, it breaks the surface tension of the water and allows even the smallest bits of gold to sink to the bottom. There's also something out there called creek drops, but this is just way more accessible. Get it at any grocery store, any Walmart. And just 4 or 5 drops in a pan like this is all that's really needed. You've already got jet dry, of course you do. Probably got a dishwasher at home. Chris, was that a Gold Nugget Sales chunky? Because that was one of the ones I did a couple weeks ago, and they had some decent chunky pieces in it. One of those chunkies I got was the Vendetta 3-gram chunky too. Yeah, Patricia, all you need now is just a small gold pan. Utilize your kitchen type strainer device, and you don't have to have a fancy tiny shovel. Any old kitchen spoon will work, and you don't even have to have it if you got 2 pans. You can dump that in there. I like using the shovel because that came with my very first gold pay dirt bag from Trouble One Pay Dirts. So I've been using it ever since. I enjoy that. Yeah, any old Tupperware tub in your kitchen will work just like this is working. Absolutely, a pie tin will work. Maybe even an old Frisbee. But the good thing about gold pans is they've got these riffles. Empty this water out. So these right here will capture all your gold. This bottom little lip here, some pans come with it, some don't. Some like it, some don't. That will also capture your gold, and then when you want to use the bigger riffles, those will work just the same as the small ones. I prefer the small ones because so far they work good and wash the material off well. That's the benefits and bonuses of a gold pan versus a pie tin or a Frisbee or a dinner plate or anything like that. I mean, if you do decide to go with a gold pan, make sure to wash it with soap and water well. Gold pans will come with a tad bit of oil that you may or may not feel, but oil and gold don't mix. That'll make your gold wash away quickly, so don't forget to hit it with some Dawn dish soap and scrub it up pretty good. And Patricia, if you get little fuzzies in your mama bird pay dirt, those are fairy wishes. You're supposed to make a wish and blow them out of your hand. You may have already known that, but I got I got little fuzzy things in mine. And I was like, oh look, I got fuzzies, and a good thing there was a couple people there to remind me what they were, because I had either missed that in one of their lives, or just missed it. Period. There we go. Next little bit of gold. Very cool, Patricia. She'll enjoy that. I sent Mama Bird and Gentleman Prospector a couple of the Bigfoot pendants that Kyle's buddy makes, that Kyle sells on his channel. Mamet, I believe his name is. Yeah, I bought a couple of those from Kyle and had them sent to Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird, since they like their Momo, aka Missouri Bigfoot. Very cool, Joseph. Custom. Hey, AAA, how's it going? Welcome in, and thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Annie, how's Bear doing at the moment? Very cool, Joseph. You probably won a few on various channels, haven't you? Hot glue stripes. Heck yeah, if it works, it works. These two gold pans I got were pretty cheap. This one was like $5. Hobo Rob sent me over from when I was over picking up his bag of pay dirt. He recommended I stop by one of the stores, and I believe this was $5 and this one was $10. So not a huge purchase. Still want to get a couple more. From what I see of the gold prospecting community, you can never have too many gold pans. Eventually would like to have a river sluice of some sort for when I do go to the river. And there we go. Next little bit of gold from this pan. That's very cool, Joseph. You were able to find gold in your own yard. Absolutely, Joseph. What's that say, Chubby Hubby? Costco home built gold pan video. Nice. Thanks for dropping that link. Mr. Chubby Hubby. And yes, you guys are all welcome to drop links. I do not mind. If there's somebody new or somebody we know and you would like to drop their links, feel free to do so. I know we all could use a reminder sometimes. Oh, by the way, Hobo Rob, welcome back. Enjoy the safety meeting. All right. Only 5 little pieces in this one. And we're getting down to the last little bits. Probably 3 more pans. Get those bigger pieces out right away. Makes you wonder what kind of gold might be in your driveway if you've got a gravel driveway. Check your local gravel company and see where they get it. Quite possible everybody with a gravel driveway has gold in their driveway. Surprised nobody's put up the driveway challenge. Challenge everybody to go out to their gravel driveways if they have them and take a 5-gallon bucket of classified material and run it over a sluice. And yeah, Home Depot, Lowe's sand coming from the right locations will have some gold in it. Seen quite a few different videos of that going on. It became a little fad for a minute. That road sand challenge was pretty cool. I didn't participate in it, but it was fun to watch the few that did. I think this week I'm going to go through this material a second time after the live instead of waiting till the following Saturday like I've been doing. And oddly enough, 5 more pieces. They definitely feel like nice chunky pieces when they're sliding back into the snuffer bottle. Nancy, how's it going? We are down to our last 2 pans. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. Hopefully you're done driving. getting to the point where I'm ready for a cigarette break anyway, so 2 more pans, a little snuffer dump. A little over 2 hours live now. Thank you everybody for being here and stopping in. I appreciate it. That's what the random pebbles look like in this material. Patricia, Miss Jinxie 2 is doing good, and I've only had one kitty cat for the last 7-8 months. Mr. Jin disappeared after about 3 months. Yep, he failed our lifestyle. Decided he wanted to play outside all night, and when I woke up at midnight to bring him back in, he was not there. Hello, Creed. How's it going today? Creed in Alaska. There's some more good pay dirt right there. Even though I'd never had a Creed bag, I've seen several reviews and pannings of his pay dirt. Appreciate you stopping in there, Creed. Yeah, it was pretty sad, Patricia. He was doing so well, and that last night he just decided that he wasn't going to let me catch him and bring him back into the van for the night, because he wasn't supposed to be playing outside at night. And he made it a point to turn it into a little game and run for me every time I went down to grab from him. So after a while, I was like, well, I gotta go to bed. I'll see you in a few hours. And yep, never saw him again. Hello, Raspberry Hedgehog. How are you today? And we've only got 2 little pieces in this pan. You can barely see that piece over here. The other one's a little bit bigger of a chunk. Well, he was a little young, Patricia, to have found himself a girlfriend. I'd say he was only about 5 months old. It was more likely the reason that both my kitties were coming in every night is because there were coyotes in the area, and there was an owl stopping by. I could hear him screeching and hooting up in the trees, so that was why I was not letting either one of them stay outside all night. So it's a better chance that he got snagged up by the owl than anything else. This location I sleep in doesn't have any neighbors. I think the closest one that I know of is a mile away. So the possibility of him finding a girlfriend at one, such a young age, and number two, no neighbors close. I think that makes the odds pretty slim that way. Nice, Rob. $85 in winnings. How much do those scratch offs cost per ticket? $5 each. Heck yeah. Very cool. It's always nice when you get a little bit of winnings on them scratch offs. I don't play them all that often. Every once in a while, I'll drop a 20 on $5 scratch off tickets. Been quite a while since I did that though. Hey, Mega Dog, how's it going? You're just in time for the last little pan and the snuffer dump. And then we'll call this live over. Not quite as long of a live as the last few weeks. No 4-hour live stream this week. And there we have it. 4 little pieces of gold. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that is the last of the best of California pay dirt. So I will get this snuffered up and we'll take a look at the snuffer bottle. Hey, Georgianne, how are you doing today? For those that haven't been watching for a while, we panned out the Gold Nugget Sales Best of California. We got the added .62 nugget that was added last second on Goldsal's show on Whatnot. And I've also panned through the Gold Nugget Sales Leaf Gold paydirt. Some decent sized flat flakes. All of it would be considered leaf gold in my book. And there we go. There is the gold in the pan. There should be, from what I remember, there should be 2 full grams plus that little nugget there. I will get this gold cleaned up better. Get all the black sands out of it. Do a weigh up on a short just like I normally do. And hopefully I get over 2 grams. From what I see, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate it. As usual, thanks for everybody who hit the like button. We got 30 likes at the moment, so that's very cool. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a great week. That's shinier than Taco Bell restaurant door pull. Very nice, Joseph. Yeah, no problem, Nancy. I appreciate it. Totally enjoyed doing these lives. It's been a lot of fun. And like I said, can't repeat it enough. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to watch and stop in, say hello, and not lurk, and be part of the conversation and part of the group. That is totally awesome. And yeah, that's about all I got for this week. We'll see what the week brings. I've been wanting to go up on a couple different live streams and be ready and set up here to do some panning, to be part of somebody else's live stream. But other than that, be well, be safe, be kind, of course, be kind, be a good human being, as someone else says, and enjoy the rest of your day and once again, the rest of your weeks. Bye, everyone. Thanks again.